Yo, it's Life is Dope Podcast. I'm your man Graffiti. And we got producer Julius filling in for my man D-Boy.
I'm in the building, yes, behind the mic.
Behind the mic, man. Usually behind the engineer board. We got him behind the mic. Check it out, though. We got a very, I can't even say special guest.
You can't.
We got a legendary guest.
Legend, yes, legend.
The word right there.
Legendary, it's got to be legendary.
Can we even say iconic?
Oh, iconic. What's bigger than iconic, though?
We're going to say whatever's bigger than iconic. That's the word right there. But check it out, man. We got my man. The world's greatest. I ain't going to pretend like I can do the voice, but Kid Capri is in the building.
Yeah, what's up? What's poppin', man?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, man. Everything good. How you doing?
Good, man. How you feeling out here in Denver right now?
Hey, man. There's no other way but to feel good out here, man. Denver, man. I got it made out here, just chilling and having fun out here, right?
We trying, man. So we just gonna get straight into it, man. You've been in the game for how long?
Long time, man. Since I was 8 years old, man. Shaking it up. I got known maybe 27 years ago. That's when I started getting known. It's crazy. With Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
Well, before that, I got known with Def Comedy Jam. Before that, that's how I got to Def Comedy Jam. I was hot with the mixtapes. You know, the mixtapes got crazy in the street, and that was the beginning of the mixtape ever started becoming what it become. And you know, Russell seen my power in the street, came and got me for Def Comedy Jam. I got my first album deal, got my first radio deal. The rest was history, and everything. Ever since then, it's just been really crazy, man.
Word, man. So coming up from that era and still being around in this era. It's a major shift over the years.
The longevity, man.
Yeah, to go from there to a Kendrick Lamar album, right?
I'm saying,
yeah. So, what drives you to just keep going, man?
Well,
a lot have come and gone.
Well, what it is one is I feel like if your talent is there, your talent is there. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is nobody's gonna tell me when to come and go. You know what I'm saying? You know, as long as I do my job the way I'm supposed to. And the people that come and pay them tickets that come and see me in my shows, they're happy and they satisfied. You know, that's really what matters. As long as the product I put out is good, as long as my radio show, you know, Sirius XM, as long as that's rocking, as long as everything that we do, you know what I'm saying, it has credibility to it and substance to it, then nobody can really tell you when to come and go.
Right.
You know, I've seen dudes come and go because they get stuck in an old school way of thinking. And they can't get out of it. They don't want to advance to what's going on. You know what I'm saying now, and accept everybody that's coming in, and teach the ones that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes that's coming in, they don't have no grooming to them. They just an overnight sensation. They bounce on the record, threw it out, internet. Now they out, and they don't really know how to really move in the streets. Like, as you can see right now, with everything that's going on in hip-hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say no names, but, you know, with everything that's going on in hip-hop, because that comes from, you know, back in the days, in the Motown days and in the 70s and all that, they had artist development. They don't have that right now. So it's like dudes is just out there free-falling. So anybody's doing anything, and to the point where it's not even special no more. You see people, it's not even special. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because of that reason. So, you know, but as long as you stay hot in what you're doing and be able to change with the times and accept everything that's coming in, you'll be all right.
Word. That's interesting. We spoke on that before. I think even just outside of the entertainment industry, like a lot of young cats come in, and even from a street aspect, man, it's like there was always the OG to be like, don't do that.
Absolutely.
And nowadays, it's like some of the OGs is kind of like, instead of saying don't do that, they saying why you do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a disconnect. But with that being said, do you feel, from a DJ aspect, do you feel the art of DJing has been lost over the years?
I mean, it's not. Listen, man. Like, everybody do what they do. I stay in my lane and do what I do. You know, everybody use CDJs. I use turntables. Me and Jazzy Jeff from scratch, and the dudes that built it to where we built it, we stay where we at with that. As far as that's concerned, but as far as technology is concerned, you use technology for certain things, but I like to keep it organic and basic, and that's what it is. And I just think that there's a lot of people that's in it that's DJs because they can grab a computer and throw a bunch of MP3s on it and slap their name up on something and call themselves a DJ when they really not that. They just like the glam of it. They like the way it look, and it's an easy way in. Even for the artists that is not popping no more, their records ain't selling no more, they resorted to DJing because they want to be in the limelight, and that was their way of doing it, which I think is kind of corny if you really ask me. There's dudes like Jermaine Dupri who was already a DJ first. You know what I'm saying? That left and came back to it now, so he's something different. But I'm talking about when you go into somebody that never did it and then they see that's their way to stay in. It just, it's like, you know, and then you got dudes that's shortcutting themselves, you know, letting a lot of promoters, you know, pay them underscore money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Money that they know that they worth way more than what they getting. And I'm not here to count nobody's pockets or nothing like that, but these things is what hurts the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These things is what makes things too easy and too accessible, so it don't become special no more.
Right.
But me and with my way of thinking, it doesn't matter what computer came in, it doesn't matter how many MP3s, I'm going to still charge what I charge, I'm going to still do what I do, and stay in my lane.
Right, because they're paying for not just the DJ. I mean, they paying for the name, the brand.
They paying for everything: the name, the brand, the experience, the talent, everything. Because it's not about just money for me. I really care about my fans that pay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I've said this on the Drink Champs, and I've said it on an Ebro interview. That you know, there's been times where you know promoters might do everything according to my ride, everything's supposed to happen, and then something like rain happened, and the crowd can't get there because of it. You know what I'm saying? I tell them to go set up the next party for free, and I come do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll feel like when I'm down, Kid ain't gonna kick me further. Where the next person gonna say, I'm here, I got my money, I'm out, I ain't got nothing to do with the crowd, and he's out. That's not how you build a relationship.
Right.
That same promoter had me come back 6 more times that year to that city and won't even think about having nobody else because he know he's safe with Kid. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
you know,
just good business, right?
It's so much to it. If you really want to see, if anybody want to really know the 101 on how to do things, watch my Ebro interview that I did with Hot 97 Ebro on YouTube. Watch that and watch Drink Champs. Watch both of those, and I put a lot of game in it to let y'all know what do's and the don'ts is. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and it's just you take it as you want to take it, but you know, it's really right there for you to see. And you know, you just got to watch it and have open mind to it, and you see what's going on with it.
Dope. So I mean, you cemented in various lanes. You know, when people say Kid Capri, you know, me personally, first thing that comes to mind is DJ. One of, if not the biggest DJs, but as far as production, you got a lot of production credits for some heavy names. I mean, you produced for Madonna, huh?
Yes, sir.
Man, so let's
explain that.
Yeah, let's run down the production credits a little bit because I mean I feel like that's something that need to be tapped on a little heavy.
I mean, Heavy D, 50 Cent, Big L, Jay-Z. I mean, the list can keep going.
There's a lot of people, man.
I mean, how does that side of the game vary from being behind the tables?
Well, to tell you the truth, man, production never been my bread and butter. The DJing thing and doing my shows and stuff like that, always been my bread and butter. I always loved the production thing, but it never was the thing where, first of all, I'm not a dude that like to bother people and say, yo, I got beats, and I have a thing about that. There's always had a thing about that. So when people came to me and asked for them, I had them. But it never really been my thing where I was doing the production hustle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was so busy doing everything else. It wasn't until battle rap. Well, no. It wasn't until some years later where I decided to really take it more serious. I even got a Grammy. I got a Grammy with Jay. You know what I'm saying? And that still didn't move me to where, you know what I'm saying, go hustle with the production. It just wasn't like that for me. It was more of, you know, I do it when I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Out of love, kind of.
Yeah, it was a love thing. And then when Madonna walked through the door, that's when I was like, okay, maybe this might be a little serious. Okay, this might be something different.
Go ahead and get that bag real quick.
Yeah, so when she called, I was like, oh, okay. So then I did that. And what I did was she paid me a big bag of money for the song Masterpiece, right? That she wanted me to remix. And then she gave me the same amount of money, the same exact amount of money for another song, the song she did with Nicki Minaj, the single.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
She wanted me just to see, she already paid LMFAO to remix it, but she gave me the same bag that she paid me for Masterpiece just to see what I'll do with that record. Just to hear what I would do. She wasn't putting it out, she wasn't doing nothing. She was paying me just for the labor of doing it.
Right.
And she never even got the record. She paid me all this money, never even heard the record. Masterpiece came out, did good, whatever. But the other record, she never even heard it. So what I did Masterpiece. If you listen to Masterpiece, it's more of a poppy type record. It's more pop. The joint with Nicki Minaj, when she told me to do that, I made that more EDM, but I made the beats change in it.
Right.
And then I said, you know what, I'm going to put it in the hood. And then I made a trap joint with the beats changing in it. So I have 3 different versions of 3 different Madonna joints I did.
Wow.
So, but she paid me some bread. Wow, I love Madonna, baby.
Shouts to Madonna.
Yo, big shouts to Madonna, man. So, you know, yeah, it's Madonna, 50 Cent, Jay, have...
I mean, it's a list.
So
I mean,
many,
it's,
man. It's a lot, man.
man.
Busta Rhymes, Nas.
my whole childhood, I feel like. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of how I really know you, like, from Def Comedy Jam. And speaking of that, y'all just had that 25-year reunion.
Absolutely, on Netflix. Did real good. And that's funny that, you know, it'd be funny when you say that. When you say, you know, I know you from Def Comedy Jam, whatever. But there's so much history way before that. There's so much stuff that people don't know. I'm doing a book right now. I'm doing a book, doing a movie.
Okay.
Movie is called Mr.Every Era. Right, and so I'm doing those two things, and a lot of information is going to be in there. A lot of different things. You know, I've been with every kind of celebrity, every kind of ball player, every kind of everything, and I have so many stories with different stuff. But it's even more. What's even more fascinating than that is the story before the music. You know what I'm saying? What happened before the music?
When you were just a kid from the Bronx?
Even before that, I was born in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the story starts there. My dad was a soul singer. My dad made soul records. My granddad, his father, played trumpet for Dizzy Gillespie, Count Basie, and Miles Davis. I have the trumpet that he bought in 1940 in my studio. So there's a story, a whole story before me, before I even get to that. And then when it get to me, there's a whole story before the music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like, that's why it's going to be really, really crazy how it come out.
It's going to be a good book.
Yeah, it's going to be really dope. It's going to be really dope.
I think it's dope how, kind of go back to what you were just saying, every individual from every era can kind of pinpoint when they got put on the Kid Capri. And then you look at now, and you got like, you know, like our little brothers or whatever, and they're like, oh, man, he was on that Kendrick album. You know what I mean? It's like a restarting process.
Right, that's what they know.
Every time.
And you know what? And the crazy thing is, you say to yourself, like the kids will say, you know, I know him from the Kendrick album. But then you got to say to yourself, why is he on the Kendrick album? What was the reason for him getting to the Kendrick album? With so many other people that Kendrick could have got. Yeah. Kendrick could have got his man that he grew up with.
Right.
But what's the reason for getting Kid Capri? And that's what makes people go back and say, okay, now I get it. Right. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I never been, you know, I had 2 hit TV shows, Def Comedy Jam and Master of the Mix.
Yep.
But what I do really wasn't displayed on television. Really, what I really do. You see spurts of stuff from Def Condemn and all that, but you didn't really see the Kid Capri. You ain't get to feel that on TV. So I never really became a big TV star except for the part I had in Def Comedy Jam, which was enough. Yeah. Which was enough.
It wasn't that.
Which was enough. But if they were to see, if they was to see what I really do on a big scale, or what it really is, what my shows look like, and how everything be, if that was televised, then that would take me to another place, because now you get to see the real experience of it, and that goes for young kids to older kids. Keep in mind, my show on Sirius XM Fly is called The Block Party. The reason why it's called a block party is because when you go to a block party, everybody's invited. Young, old, they're all together. It doesn't matter how you look, whatever it is. So when you listen to my show, the same way you'll hear KRS-One, you'll hear
Drake.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's how my show is, old and new, everything mixed up, different shit you never heard before. You know, and it's just like that. So, and that's how I feel like radio really should be. I don't really think radio should be you hear the whole same thing all day, every day.
I agree. It's
you know
a different vibe every time.
Yeah.
And to go back to the music, just personally asking, do you have a go-to track? Because every time we interview a DJ, it's kind of like, man, you just got that track that either you just feeling right now, or you know, man, all right, this is gonna set this set off.
Right. It's how to reach a crowd.
It depends on what the time is, and what the crowd is, and where we at, and what's going on. I could drop 900 number from 45 King, make them go wild, and then I could another time at a party I could drop the Kendrick and Rich Kid joint. You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on where, you know what I'm saying, what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Word. So speaking of new generation, your daughter's an artist, right?
Vina Love.
Vina Love. Something like that. Vina Love. So how did that come about? She's just like, let me follow Pop's.
I mean, you know, she been seeing what I do. She been around shit, and I've had her on stage at Radio City Music Hall, 7 years old, and you know, she followed the same path that I did when I did with my dad. So you know, and her attitude is in a good place, but she really can sing and she really talented. So And the main thing is her attitude, being in the right place and being humble and all the stuff that go with it and all that. And she showed me a lot, and she did a lot of work. And she even put records out there I didn't really agree with. You know what I'm saying? And so, but she didn't ever want to use the Kid Capri as my dad tag.
Right.
She wanted to do it on her own and prove it. And when she came out with Best of Me, she did the Best of Me record with her boyfriend, the Jay-Z and Maya joint. She did that over.
Okay.
That was crazy. Did a video to that. Then she did some songs that it was cool. Then when she came with Air, that's when I was like, let me step in and move. Then I went and got I did Khaled's party in California, and she was the only one that performed there. Then the next day I had her with Jamie Foxx on Entertainment Tonight. He had her come do his pop-up in New York. Me and him flew back from California. He had her come and do that. Then I had her on Revolt, and then I had her went and got Snoop.
Made those moves.
Snoop.
Yeah.
So put her with the proper people, let her be seen with everything. She's moving. She's doing her thing, man. I took her to
Snoop is crazy.
Crazy.
I took her to the Rock Nation party. And that was the test for me, to look at her to see how she was going to act around all these big people.
Right.
And she did exactly what I knew she was going to do. It's not no big deal. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's respectful, everything, but it's natural. You know what I'm saying? So once I seen that, I was like, all right, she got it. Yeah. So, she's moving, man. She's doing good. She just did South by Southwest, shut that down. She just did a show with Ja Rule and Fabulous.
Okay.
Shut that down, Philly. So she's moving, man.
Was there any hesitation just as a pops and just knowing how the industry is?
No. You know why? Because she knows how I move. And she know how I do things, and she follow the footsteps out. She moves. You know what, man? A lot of times the kids get into things when the parents show them the wrong way to go. When they show them things and sometimes the parents may not even think it's wrong what they're showing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because things are moving fast, a lot is happening, everything's coming, so you may be doing things and not even really pay attention to what you're really doing. And that child is always going to remember that. Child's minds are small, so they're going to remember a lot in an early age. So you have to be careful when it comes to that. And me being in the business, one thing that perfect example, at one time, back, I had a lot of different chicks. You mess with different chicks, whatever that. But you got to think, if your daughter see that, how she's going to look at you as a father.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
there's different girls coming in and out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So now, with that being said, what kind of moves you going to make? Is it more important to go chasing, or is it more important to raise your child? And not even only that, just be a better man, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we can go out there and play with everything we want because it's out there for you.
Right.
But we're in the time where we're in social media right now, and everybody trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? It takes nothing for them to just say whatever because they didn't get where they wanted to be with you. You know what I'm saying? They feel like you got something from them, but they didn't get what they want from you. Now it's time to put you on a certain kind of blast when it wasn't even really that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going through that. And I'm not here to say that, women ain't been touched or women ain't been violated by certain men of power. But what I will say is when you have dudes going out there accusing people, and then you have reporters out there sealing the deal like the person is guilty, you know what I'm saying? You ain't no judge.
Right.
You ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are you to say that this man did whatever because you want a podcast, your podcast to blow up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Torre did that, as a matter of fact, talking to about Torre. Torre's the one that really did that, and that's the reason why I approached it on the IG the way I did. That's Russell. He created a lot of lies for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give that man the benefit of the doubt to a judge.
Right.
Or to court, you know what I'm saying, say whatever, and then you go out there and you say,
supposed to be innocent to proven
guilty.
You
don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like
I
that,
just
man.
felt like that was just wrong to do.
I absolutely agree, man. That got me right there because it's like, man, everybody hopped on Russell's head, and it's like, bro, like, come on, man, like just a minute ago, Russell was your man's, and now,
that's what I'm saying. And,
all
my
that,
thing is like, people do things, man. People make mistakes. And I'm not saying this is Russell or anybody in particular. I'm just saying, like, people make mistakes. Like, when you're younger, you do things you don't think is the right thing to do, or you may not even be aware that it's the wrong thing to do. And then later on, as the years go by, you realize I probably shouldn't have did that shit. Like, I'm older now. I'm in a different place in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even thinking that kind of way. Like, I'm not even that type of man. And then somebody comes from 20 years or 30 years later from before and pop up out nowhere, all this thing you built up now because they said that it stained your whole career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like if it was an issue, deal with the issue when it happened. Don't wait 20, 30 years to say something. Like, it just sounds crazy. That it just do to me. Like, because really, how you gonna even really prove it? Really.
Right.
Seriously.
So all you doing is really.
And the worst part is, no matter if it's true or false, that person's character is out of there. You know what I mean? Like, because of the way this society is right now.
Social media and all that.
And the internet.
ACTK Kirkland, I was just looking at his video on Vlad. Like, he was saying that a chick tried to accuse him for rape, and they found out that she was lying, and he pressed charges on her, and they put her in jail for 2 years. I didn't even know they could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know they could do this. So I posted it on IG. And it's a good thing. It's a great thing because I watched 3 dudes. My 3 dudes get accused for rape. I was there, right there. The chick wanted to talk to my man, really wanted to hit my man, and he didn't want to bother with her. And we was in my other man's crib, which is a cool, don't even go outside dude. And he told her she had to leave because she was bugging. She sat on the steps and called the cops and said that my dudes raped her. For her to go to, I had to go to bail these dudes out, $1,500 a piece, and then go to court for her to tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't believe everything that is thrown out there, because I was a witness to see that this happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you just can't tell me whatever and I'm just going to believe it. You got to prove it to me.
Yeah.
That's why I hope they got the power now that they just start speaking up like you're saying. Just, if something happens, say something. Don't wait.
Don't wait till 30 years,
time.
20 years when you feel it's convenient for you. You know what I'm saying? To say something. I was watching the Pac, the chick that Pac went to jail for.
Yeah.
I was watching that interview.
Yeah.
Now, she did it when she did it.
Yeah.
When it happened. You see what I'm saying? He got locked up when it happened. She didn't wait.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. If somebody violates you and do something to you, you wait all the time. It makes it sound like you wanted it to happen, and now you had a chance to think about it, and you know you ain't got nothing out of it. So now you're gonna go in. Right. That's what it makes it sound like. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it makes it sound like that. You know what I mean?
No doubt. That's too real.
Man, so
on lighter subjects though, I mean, what's really next for Kid Capri? I mean, I know you said you got the book coming, you got the film you're working on.
Yeah,
what's really popping up? What's coming on?
Give a Kid. I started my Give a Kid Foundation for kids, man. I'm going around to schools and I'm putting breakfast trucks in front of schools.
Okay.
And I'm doing a backpack tour. Kids, man. A lot of kids, man. There's a lot of kids don't eat.
Yeah.
Their families ain't got food. Can't afford for them to eat in the morning.
Yeah, especially breakfast. That's big.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So before they go to school, they have a breakfast truck. They can come and get food and roll on out, and everything is good. And they have a good day. And then we have a backpack tour I'm doing. They're gonna get computers and clothes and sneakers and organic food and all that inside the backpacks, and it's gonna be real big what we're doing for them, man. You can go to giveakid.com and see what we're doing over there. It's GIVAKID.
Giveakid.com.
Giveakid.com and go see what's up.
Of course, you're moving around, getting booked up constantly.
Yeah.
Man, does it ever weigh on you? I mean, because you move around a lot.
Since 1991, 200 shows a year.
Man, is it ever that moment like, man, I need to sit down for a second? Or it's like, man, if I sit down, I'm going to cool off, so I got to keep going.
Well, at one time I was doing 6 shows a week. Now I do 2 or 3 shows a week. And it's the weekend. Sometimes I do a joint during the week, but mostly I'm home during the week, doing the studio shit, doing that. So it ain't as bad as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it was bad, but the traveling. And you got to remember, I'm the first dude in hip hop to own a tour bus, like before anybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was renting tour buses. I owned mine. You know what I'm saying? I 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you how much traveling I was doing. Flying on 9 planes a week, like, you know what I'm saying? So because of, and then all the records at the time, I had the record 15. I traveled with 15 crates of records. So I got tired of the planes. I said, I'm just gonna buy a bus, and that's what I did. So everybody started getting their buses through me, Baby and Def Jam, and everybody started getting their buses through
tour bus
people.
plug.
Yeah. So that's how we did it, and rolled like that. So I bought my second bus, the bigger bus, and then after that, I got tired of the road, so I got back on the planes. But when you look at it like this, man, you're getting paid to do something that you got paid. You're getting paid to do something you did for free. Right? You did it for free. You're getting paid all this money to fly first class or possibly a jet, to stay in the flyest suites, to see the country, and this you getting paid to do this.
Right, for your passion.
How do you get tired of that?
That's real. real.
How do you get tired of that? Like, there's no complaining in that. People complain every day. I don't want to get up and go to work for some dude that I can't stand early in the morning going through snow and traffic. How do you complain and say I'm gonna retire from music? You don't retire. We ain't no ball players. We ain't getting our bodies beat up and football up and down. We music. This is music. You know what I'm saying? You can do this the day you die, like James Brown.
It's in the soul.
You know what I'm saying? It's in your soul, and you can leave it and come back, but it's in you. It's like that's never going to leave you, no matter how much you take a vacation from it. It's always going to come back to you. Right. There's a lot of dudes a lot of soul artists that fell off years ago. They're all on the road right now because they miss it. It's there for them. Why wouldn't they do it? You know, it's in their life. Right. So I'll never leave you, man.
Appreciate you sticking around, and we appreciate you for coming through, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you having me, man.
But I want to ask you this one question. Any piece of advice or knowledge you would leave with the people listening to this right now, what would that be?
First things, y'all go watch those 2 videos. All right, the Ebro video with me on YouTube, and go watch the Drink Champs video. You can watch Rap Radar too. These are the last 3 interviews I've done. I'm shutting down the interviews for a while after this one.
Word, appreciate it.
But go watch those 3. Go watch the Ebro one and go watch the Drink Champs, and you'll see what I'm saying on there, and you can probably apply it to yourself. And also listen to my show on Sirius XM Fly Channel 47, Saturday and Sunday, 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm on the turntables acting real accordingly, okay? So make sure y'all check that. It's no radio out there like it. Trust and believe it. All right, Kid Capri 101 on the Twitter and the Instagram, and the real Kid Capri on Facebook. You holla at your boy, you heard?
That's how you know my man. That's how you know my man's a professional. You know what I mean? Let's get it all here right here. But man, we appreciate that. Let's make some noise for my man Kid Capri.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Life is Dope podcast. I'm Graffiti.
Jay Hint.
We out.
Hey.
Nice.
Hold on, brother. Definitely appreciate that.
You, bro.